Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. I am here with a dream. In this dream, I was trying to, I'm working, creating something. So I'm creating like a business or, a business venture or some kind of task like where I will end up, prospering. It's something that God put up on my heart to do, and I'm working really hard to do this. While I'm doing this, there's someone that decides to send, like, there's a little girl that comes in, but I have the knowing that someone sent her on purpose to distract me from what I was doing. When she comes in, she's showing me a bag of knickknacks, okay? And y'all know how kids like have like just stuff, just just stuff, just toys and like it just random little stuff. Anyways, while I entertain it for a little bit, I sit there and I'm nice, and then I eventually tell her that I'll have to look at them later. And she gets very sad, and I end up feeling really guilty, okay, because of how sad she got. Like, she was just really heartbroken that I didn't have time to sit and look at her knickknacks, okay? The scripture comes from Ezekiel 48 and 5. Ephraim will have one portion. It will border the territory of Manasseh from east to west. Reuben will have one portion. It will border the territory of Ephraim from east to west. Judah will have one portion. It will border the territory of Reuben from east to west. So, okay, I feel like this message is God basically saying there will be some kind of division, okay? So for somebody, this division, regardless to if it is in a means of um opinions, okay? Like, this is an opinion, okay? So whatever it is that God has you doing, there are people that will have good opinions about it. There are also going to be people that are going to have a bad opinion about it. This is, it's, I just feel like it's kind of like you can't expect everybody to support you, okay? So when it comes to the people that have good opinions about it, there will be some even in that group that will support you. And then there will be some in that group, while they don't have a bad opinion about what you're doing, they are not supporting you. So this could be in a form of like someone saying that they don't trust whatever it is that you're doing, or, like, let's say you're selling some lotion or something, and they say, no, I'm not going to use that lotion, but I do support her. Like, I feel like, what I'm saying, it's going to be, I just feel like that could be that group. And then on the other side, where people are, they don't support it, and that to the fullest extent, to such an extent that they are putting forth effort to stop you from even doing it, because how dare you do that? And they don't support you, they don't like it, they don't want you to have it. And then there'll be people that they don't support you, but they, at the same time, they don't care. Like, it's not a situation where they are bending over backwards to ensure that you don't have any customers. They're not going on social media creating posts trying to tear you down and put a stop to it. They're not doing that, but they don't support you. They wouldn't buy anything. They wouldn't support you in any kind of shape, form, or fashion. They're not going to tell anybody to go over there, but at the same time, they're not going around doing a smear campaign. Meanwhile, the other person, they don't support you. They can't stand that you're doing it. They think that you need to be stopped, and they got to put a stop to it. So they themselves are going to make sure that they go around to everybody that will listen and let them know not to support you. So I just feel like this is a warning for someone, a heads up, okay, if you will. I can't, like, it's a warning, but it's not a warning as in, like, it's like, and I was about to say it's not danger ahead, but there are some cases where it could be. Because there are people, like I've heard of a story where a young lady had a store, like she had some kind of boutique, and she was doing very well for herself, very young, doing very well for herself. She had her boutique was doing well, and somebody set her up and they ran up in there on her, okay, and took her up out of here. So you do have to be weary of this. You have to be you have to understand that everybody is not going to be happy for you, especially people on this spectrum. The person that don't care and they just like, I don't support it, but they're not going to stress themselves out about it, and they are not, they just don't support it. Versus this person that whoever is in this little group right here of people that they don't support you, they can't stand that you have the audacity, the kahunas, to do and follow through with whatever it is God put up on your heart to do. They can't stand that you even had a thought for yourself, and they are putting forth every effort they can to stop you, to put an end to it. They got to get you shut down. This person right here, because if God puts it on your heart to do something, let me tell you, I'll be the first to tell you, when God says something, he mean it. Whatever it is that God tells you to do, if he puts it up on your heart and you pursue it, it will eventually flourish. This person is going to be angry when you prosper the way that you are going to prosper. And they may very well try to send people to attack you. They may very well themselves try to attack you. This is just the beginning. Okay? This dream right here, it was just a little girl that was, being sweet and just, wanting some attention. And I gave her a little attention, and then I said, okay, I got to get back to what I'm doing. It's nothing wrong with that. But, in reality, this was with malice intent. It was someone trying to distract and put a stop to something. So here's the thing. God is saying that if someone is pulling out all the stops, and whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is you're pursuing, it is on the low spectrum. You could not imagine what they are going to be doing when you prosper, when you prove them wrong. Because this is somebody that has went around telling anybody that will listen that what you're doing is terrible, and you ain't gonna make it, and it's not gonna do well. Everything's gonna fall apart for you. This is gonna happen and that's gonna happen. They had all the negative, nasty things to say about what you were doing. And when that does not prosper, they're going to be mad. When you overcome the gossip and the hate and the lies, and God prospers you the way that he promised he was going to prosper you, they are going to be mad. So as a sheer warning to you, this is a keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. You be aware of everything, especially as God starts to pull you up. When God starts to pull you up, when we already know when you're not really going all out and you stressing yourself out to do certain, do certain things for people, and when you not on Satan's team, your prosperity is not going to be as fast packed as somebody that's bending over backwards to make sure Satan is happy. But when it does happen, know and understand that if anybody was trying to stop you, they had negative things to say, they had negative feelings towards you, it's not going to be a situation where those people, it's like you prove them wrong and they're going to be like, oh, I was wrong, I'm sorry I said that, you know what, I support you now. They're not finna do that. They're going to be mad. They are going to be mad. They're going to be mad. They're going to be mad. They're going to be mad. And they're going to be mad some more. I'll be the first to say they gonna be mad. Every single person that tried to stop you, that talked down about you, that drug your name through the mud, that felt as though they had to shout from the rooftops why you shouldn't have it, that took out the time, effort, and energy to tell people not to buy from you, when you start prospering from what God told you to do, they gonna be mad. They will get more malicious. They will start talking down on you even more. They will send even more hate. They will gather people together to come together with them to hate on you. Yeah. 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 That's reality. Okay? That's reality. And it doesn't have to be a situation where you caused it on yourself. Every time they did something, you could clap for them and you give them all the support and you give them all the whatever. But you will notice, that when it was your turn, they didn't want to support you. Baby, let me tell you about life and how don't expect that these, like whoever this is, they are not going to support you ever. They're not going to clap for you ever. They are not going to say they are proud of you ever. They are not going to say congratulations ever. It is not going to come a time where they are going to be jumping up and down for you, and be aware of that. And it is important for you to be aware of that, because these kind of people will deliberately do things to, like, they it's like the how do you say it, the intensity. Like, just like you are more intense as you grow, you will get more intense. You will have more pressure upon you. They are going to feel pressure upon them, because you are going, you're on God's team, and this is somebody that is on the devil's team. So they will feel more pressure of destroying you. They got to destroy you. So now they got to come up with this plan, and they got to come up, and the plans are just going to intensify. So you cannot think that, somebody that showed hate towards you and anger towards you, and they hated you, that now all of a sudden y'all friends. You know what I'm saying? I never been I learned long ago, it's not cool to, if you fell out with somebody to the point that y'all was fighting or about to fight, or y'all had words, y'all got into it to the point that y'all couldn't stand each other, baby, ain't no makeup. You can forgive them and love them from a distance, but as far as y'all being close again, baby, let that go. 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 Baby. Like Juan B said, where we keeping our eyes, okay? You better keep our eyes on these boys. We ain't letting them slide on these boys, okay? No, 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 no. Somebody showed you who they are. Believe them the first time. Because as God prospers you and he moves you up, you best believe they gonna be mad. If they went around screaming from the rooftops that you wasn't gonna be nothing, you wasn't gonna do nothing, everything was gonna fail, everything was gonna fall, they gonna do this, they gonna do that, and it didn't work, they mad. Big mad. And I just feel like for somebody, you in the working stages. You in the beginning stages. And baby, let me tell you, come here, let me tell you, these people, God will allow people to show you how they feel about you when you in the beginning stages. Because he wants you to be aware when he gets you to where he's taking you. He wants you to be aware of how these people feel about you. He wants you to be aware of what these people really think about you. He wants you to be aware of, how they feel about everything that you're doing. Because in reality, it's a difference between someone saying, I think that you should do something else, and I think that you would be better at this, that, and the third, and they just don't want to support you in anything. They don't want to see you with anything. They don't want you to have anything, and they don't like you. Know the difference. Know the difference. And it's okay. Everybody is not going to like everybody. Everybody is not going to like everybody. Being a black sheep is real. Okay, there are such things as black sheeps in a family where it's just one person and everybody in the family hate them. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like for whoever this is, I'm not saying that that's it's to that extent for you, but I do feel like you are at an extent to where you're just starting, and you are already seeing what is going on around you, and God is saying, don't think that it's going to come to a situation where all of a sudden everybody's going to be on your side. And you can even see this in when they make movies about people who have made it, regardless if they are famous or whatever it is that they have done and accomplished in their lives. And you can see how, especially when they really truly depicted the way that their life was, you can see how they had people that supported them, but they also had people that did not. And when they made it, those people that did not, they wanted to come around them. Some of them allowed them, some of them didn't. But every single time they allowed somebody that did not support them from the get-go around them after they have made it, that person would turn around and in the back. And we already know it. And like I just feel like this is something where some of you, like, it would be a beautiful thing for you to feel like you could be the Joseph in your family, or you could be the Joseph in your friend group, or the Joseph from whatever, like whatever it is. But I just feel like God is saying, as a sheer warning, understand that if somebody is not supportive of you and they don't want to see you prosper and they don't want to see you with nothing, their mindset is not going to change just because you overcame what they had going on and what they were doing. We see so many people, they come out and they got a tell-all book about such and such, and they doing this interview and that interview. They didn't crawl from under their rock, and they put a wig on and got makeup done, and they didn't pooch down to the studios, and they telling this and they telling that, and they gotta say this, and they just couldn't sit still without saying that. Baby, don't know. I just feel like God is baby, God said, for whoever this is for, okay, for whatever it is that you're doing, that God got you doing, you better get ready for it. Be ready, be ready. Don't be shocked, don't be appalled. Don't be shocked and don't be appalled. Don't be shocked, don't be appalled. Don't be shocked, don't be appalled. Baby, don't get your heart broke. Don't get your feelings hurt. Because if they felt how they did back then or wherever you are now, be ready and understand that they going to do everything that they can in their power to tear you down when God gets you the way you're going. But always understand this, okay? This is the last part of this message. Understand, when God said he gonna do something, he said what he said and he mean what he said. He said what he said and he mean what he said. He's not taking any comments, concerns, questions. There's no questionnaire for anybody to fill out. He don't have no comment, no collection of comments, like a box sitting next to. He's not worried about none of that. He's not concerned about any of that. He know all the stories. He was there. He saw it. Okay. He said what he said when it comes to you. He said what he said. He knows the stories. He knows everybody's opinion. He doesn't need anybody to write it out. And they filled with tears and anger and hatred. And he sees into the hearts of people. So it's not a situation where, just because somebody don't like you, that God is not going to bless you with what God said he's going to bless. He's going to give you what he said. He meant it. He wasn't playing about that. So you just get ready for when you get these things and you get to this place, you get ready. Be prepared. Be prepared, baby. Be prepared. It's gonna be. You just understand that you don't get caught slipping. Okay, you done made it to Mufasa status and you got a scar lying around. Okay, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. And it's not to say that God won't save you. It is not to say that God won't save you, but be aware. Be aware. Be aware. Because it could be a situation where someone guilts you. Just like in this dream, how the little girl made me feel guilty because I was trying to do something else. It could be a situation where someone guilts you into doing this or doing that, and they guilt you into doing whatever. I just feel like God is saying be aware and be smart, okay? It's nothing wrong with helping. It's nothing wrong with giving, and it's nothing wrong with like God wants us to give, and God wants us to help others, no matter what they got going on, what they did, or anything like that. But don't put yourself in a position to where they, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like be careful. Be careful. Be careful with who knows your whereabouts. Be careful with who you telling all your business to. Be careful with who you let into your life. And it's like I'm not even saying not to have anybody around you, to an extent to where, you know, like you just do everything by yourself. But just because you are hanging out with someone, you're going out to eat with someone or whatever, does not mean that they need to know every single aspect of your life. Like they know every detail, they know all your friends, and they know all of this, and they know every place that you go, and they know everywhere that you hang out. They know your all your business ventures and all the ideas of your business, and they know everything that you about to do in your personal life. They don't need to know all that. They don't need to know all that. And I just feel like, even like, I just feel like just be smart. Okay, be smart and be aware, because there may even be people that pretend as if they support you, but in reality, in their hearts, they don't. Be aware. Be aware. Be aware. um Be aware, okay? And I know, like, for somebody, you may be like, well, who can I trust? Trust God. Yeah, trust God. Trust God. Trust it. Trust God. Trust your gut instincts. Trust your intuition. Trust in the Lord. And understand that when it comes to man and God, trust God. And it's okay to know of people. It's okay to consider them people that you're close to. It's okay to consider them people that you go out to eat with. You may hang out here and there, and you may even need to be careful about that. Because there, like, you know, after a certain time, ain't no need in being out. Okay, ain't nothing going on but trouble in these streets after a certain time. And I just feel like this is somebody God is saying He's pulling you up. It may be a gradual pull up, but He pulling you up. Don't get caught slipping, and don't get yourself to a position to where you already know God has pulled you up gradually on purpose, so that you will be able to see who really for you and who really not. And it's okay if you will reveal that it's very few people, if any, that are really for you. But what you do need to understand is God showed you that for a reason. Don't get caught slipping. God showed you that for a reason. And it's okay if you just, you know, like, you don't have to be up under nobody all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a situation where it's a requirement that every time you go on a vacation, or every time you go out to eat, or every time you go to the spa, whatever it is that you do, you know what I'm saying? You go to a football game, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Basketball game, whatever it is that you do, you know what I'm saying? You feel as though you got to invite such and such, or you got to have somebody this, and you got to tell everybody. Like, be careful, 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 because you don't want to put yourself in harm's way. Because understand that the same people that wanted to tear you down by talking about you behind your back, they wanted to tear you down by dragging your name through the mud, they wanted to tear you down by making you feel as though you were not good enough to do or to have the things that God told you you would do or have. These same people will be very upset, very angry, to a point to where they could possibly be seeing all red when it comes to you, when God gives you exactly what they said you wasn't going to have. And when God does exactly what He said He was going to do in your life, and they said that He wasn't going to do that, and you ain't hear God right, and you wasn't hearing God, and you don't know what you talking about, baby, they not going to be happy. And they may try to say, you know what I'm saying? They might, you, baby, you better be careful. You better be careful. You better be careful, and you better be careful some more. And, you know, and this is, I know that this is, I just feel like these are pieces that some people miss, because you already know that you have to be weary of strangers trying to come and take what you have. And you have to be weary of people that want to, take from you, and you know what I'm saying? But it's a whole different ball game when it's somebody, they don't want what you have. They don't want to take from you exactly, but they want you up out of here because you proved them wrong. They want you up out of here because they don't want you to have what you have. They don't want what you have, but they don't want you to have it either. They don't want you to do what God said that you are going to do. And this is, once again, this is a warning. And like I said, it's not to say that whatever is going to prosper. There it could be a situation where somebody plot and plan against you and it does not prosper. Like, God says no weapon formed against you shall prosper. So be very close to God. Like I said, trust in God. And when it comes to the things that you do and, the places that you go, think to yourself, would God be okay with me going here? Would God be okay with me hanging out with them? Would God be okay with me doing this, doing that, doing the third? If it's a no, think twice about it. Because when you are just literally doing things that you're supposed to do, when you just living, like, I just feel like God, it's not a situation where God wants you to be a shut-in and you can't enjoy your life and you cannot live your life. But if you are doing things that are not of God in the first place and living your life in a way that God don't want you to live it, it's like you putting yourself in a bad spot. You putting yourself in a bad position. You are putting yourself directly in the line of danger. But we already know when God has something for us to do, when God has things for us to accomplish in our life, He is going to make a way out of no way. God can make somebody freeze up and not even be able to move as they trying to attack you, as they trying to touch you, when they trying to do this, that, and the third. They thought they was going to do that. They thought they was going to come after you. They thought they was going to attack you until God touched them and they couldn't even move. So I'm just saying this to say, for whoever this is for, be aware. Okay, be aware. Whew, that's the message. I was not expecting that to be as long as it was, but there it is. 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 Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. The bits and pieces. Deuces.